In the previous episode, we saw how the Olympians crossed the Danube and attacked the fortified city of Azio. Meanwhile, the Anatolian Titans launched a naval attack on the Olympians' fleet. During the Battle of the Aegean Sea, an army of 30,000 men of the Titans crossed the Bosphorus Strait and reached the Balkans. The road to Olympus was now open, and there was nothing left between the Olympian base and the huge army of the Titans. Desperate, the Olympians landed all the troops on the galleys and sent them to the mountains to defend themselves. A dispute began between the three commanders of the Olympians, Zeus, Poseidon, and Hades, caused by the measures that had to be taken to defend themselves against the Titans. Mount Olympus had to be maintained at all costs because there was the maintenance and power supply equipment of the space fighter. While Zeus insisted that the siege of Azio, led by Hades, continues, Poseidon, who was also the commander of the galley fleet, insisted that Hades must return urgently back to Olympus with his forces. But Hades decided to continue the siege and asked Zeus and Poseidon to defend themselves for as long as they could until Azio fell. The Titans were very well organized. Uranus, the leader of the Titans, was an old general who had served in the Gao army, and after the rebellion, he had become one of the most important generals of the Titans' rebels. Uranus was also the only genuine general who had escaped the battle with Gao and reached Earth. He organized, with his experience, a very good strategy against the Olympians. The Olympians may have had the space fighter as their main asset, but the Titans had Uranus. Uranus sent Kronos against Olympus and appointed Atlas at the head of the Azio forces. Oceanus was appointed to command the fleet. Uranus himself, at the head of the army of 20,000 men gathered from the steppes of the northern Black Sea and the Caucasus, marched forcibly towards Azio to liberate it. As we know, Oceanus was defeated in the Battle of the Aegean Galleys, and the galleys that survived the battle were sunk by the space fighter, which was piloted by Hermes. Oceanus was also killed in the similar attack, being the first major commander killed in this war. Kronos arrived in Greece with his forces and immediately surrounded Mount Olympus, defended by the soldiers of Zeus and the sailors of Poseidon. The Olympians had a total of about 8,000 humans, to which were added about 150 Olympians. But we will talk about the Mount Olympus battle in the next episode of Space Embassy.